Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Football Critics. It's your boy Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm back, and today I'm back with a very special episode. Before you go far, please subscribe to the channel, please like the video, please show some love, man. And today, as I've said, I have a very special episode for you guys. So today we're gonna be talking about mainly 3 or 4 things. First, can Pirates still dream? About the league, no, but about something special, yes, which I'm talking about Champions League. I'm talking about Nedbank Cup, and well, Kaizer Chiefs make top 8. I'm also gonna be talking about between Cape Town City, Supersport, Marumo Gallants, and Richards Bay. Which team is most likely, or which club is most likely to be subjected to playoffs? And let's get into it, man. First, I wanna start with Orlando Pirates. You see, with the Orlando Pirates, it's can they still dream? Yes. About the league? No. But about something special? Yeah, they can still win a Champions League. They can still win in Nedbank Cup, And I feel like it's with the league. With the league, it's gonna be one of those title races whereby maybe they lose the league by 3 or 2 points. I don't think it's gonna be anything more than 5 points because of, at the moment, first of all, Pirates is not an easy team to beat. And I feel like there's that energy in the dressing room, which yours is leaving, and as we are humble, I feel like I'm a player who's over that energy, who's over that atmosphere within the dressing room, which or within the club, which let's give him something special. I don't think I'm a player with Pirates afuna uyoze ahambe awine EMT 8 in this season. I feel like those players know which they need to do something special. They need to give him a farewell, a special Champions League, Nedbank Cup. Nedbank is likely, but also with the Champions League, I feel like it's doable. Because of, as I've said, Pirates is not an easy team to beat right now. Like, they are a very dangerous club. And if those guys decide and but to the dressing room, you know what, boys, yours we are humble, and we need to give them something special. I reckon they can still do something special. Trust me, they can still do something special. Can they dream of winning both the Champions League and the Nedbank Cup? It's doable. Honestly, it's doable, and it's up to those players. It's doable, and it's up to those players. It's doable. Like, it's possible. And why I need this confident, I think it's because of Shapuyos Yahamba, and I don't think those players are done. Because I feel like it's gone. I don't think Nedbank Yahamba just like that. I don't think Bazo get the Champions League Yahamba just like that. If they're not gonna win maybe Champions League, they're not gonna win in Nedbank. I reckon seeing them go final Champions League. Believe me, I reckon seeing them go final Champions League. And to move to Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, I looked at my games as selling now. They're selling a cheaper, they're selling a Gallants, they're selling a Pirates, they're selling a Skukune, they're selling a Polokwane City. We're left with 5 games, and we can still make it top 8, but it's up to those players again. It's up to those players, because of one thing that I've noticed is those players turn up only when they want to. You see, if you can win at least 3 of the last remaining 5, I'm not saying let's win 5 games. Yes, I'd like, or I'd appreciate if we were to go and win 5 games, but we all know it is impossible. So if we were to win at least 3 of the remaining 5, and at least lose 2 or draw 1 and lose 1, we can make it top 8. Because of, I looked at my game with cheaper as well. At game are easy. I'm a game lawa cheaper selling now. You understand? I looked at my game where cheap, and I was like, you know what? It's cheaper for top 8. It's not a threat to us. You understand? I looked at my games with cheaper as selling. It's cheaper selling, and it's selling a Kaizer Chiefs. It's selling a Stellenbosch. It's selling a Supersport, which Supersport is fighting to not go on my playoffs. It's selling a Gallants. It's selling a Towns. They won't win Towns. They won't win Stellies. Between the Supersport in the Marumo Gallants, I know a corner a game I was a fumble, and I don't see them beating us. So in our community, we can still make top 8, and cheaper is not a threat when it comes to top 8. But remember, there's still Amazulu, and there's still Golden Arrows, which it's teams that you don't want to write off with regards to a top 8, because of currently they fighting. But again, I went on and I looked at the game where Amazon, and I was like, you know what, Uman gets a yes, he's doing something good there, but with the remaining games Lawasele, we can still dream as Kosi fans, because of Amazon is selling a Stellenbosch. It won't be an easy game for them. It's selling a Golden Arrows. It won't be an easy game for them. It's selling a Polokwane, it's selling a Pirates. So it's easy for me to be like, you know what, Amazon can still move out of the top 8 because of Stellies, they have Arrows, they have Polokwane, they have Pirates. I don't see them winning more than 2 games. Amazulu, I don't see them winning more than 2 games, and if I were winning more than 2 games, we can still dream. Honestly speaking, we can still dream. But yes, we can still dream, but again, it's also up to those players. It's up to Abo Serino, it's up to Abo Marti. Yes, we're not gonna walk away with any trophy this season, because I don't think we're gonna win in Nedbank, but can at least get the top 8. And I went on and I looked at our game with Arrows again. I was like, Arrows, okay, Arrows Mangoba is cooking there. Is it possible for them to make it top 8? I was like, yes. So I'm a team I'm gonna get top 8. It's Downs, Pirates, Pirates, obviously. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me give you a possible top 8 that I'm thinking with Inyenza if things go to according to plan or according to the analysis. Sundowns, it's Pirates, it's Kukuni, it's Galaxy, it's Stellenbosch, it's Polokwane, it's Chiefs, it's Golden Arrows. Those are the teams that I think can make a top 8, because of the cheaper selling games are difficult. Amazulu selling games are difficult. So it's up to us. Arrows, I know they're going to make it. Trust me, Umangoba is going to get into the top 8. But Tina, it's up to us. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, it's entirely up to us. I saw Gina Kanya said there's no way that Kaizer Chiefs is making top 8. But as I'm looking at the league and I'm looking at our games, there were Arrows, our games they were cheap, our games they were Amazulu, because I feel like those are the only 3 teams that are a threat to us making a top 8. We can still dream. We can still make it. Let me not say we can still dream, but we can still make it to the top 8. And I think that would be special. That would be something good. Take into consideration of how things went about this season. And yeah, man, going to now the club that is most likely to be subjected to my playoffs are between Supersport, between Cape Town City, between Richards Bay. Sorry. First of all, I looked at my game with Cape Town City and I was like, Cape Town City is left with Richards Bay. And at the moment, Richards Bay, it's not an easy team to beat. My small teams. I feel like okay, let me not say it's not an easy team to beat, but let me say I see them fighting to stay with number 13 or number 12, because I don't think they can go down. I looked at the game and I was like, these guys, they actually mean business, but they just unfortunately do, it's a small club and they don't have those good players that can actually lead the team or help the team make Tingagala. And yes, Cape Town City is left with the Richards Bay. It won't be an easy game. They are left with the Towns, which they won't win. They are left with the Polokwane City, which they won't win. I mean, Cape Town City is wounded at the moment, and they are left with Stellies. So Cape Town City is left with Richards Bay, Mamelodi Sundowns, Polokwane City, and Stellies, which I don't see them winning more than 2 games. Them, hence I'm like, playoffs. I know it's not a nice look for a club like Cape Town City, but I see them going to play my playoffs. And with the Supersport as well, Supersport is left with the Pirates, is left with the Polokwane City, is left with the Cheaper, which Cheaper it's moving at the moment. The Cheaper for the top 8. The Supersport funny I'm playoffs, so it's gonna be an interesting game. They also left with the Stellies, they left with Richards Bay as well. So Supersport being left with Pirates, Polokwane City, Cheaper United, Stellies, and Richards Bay. I don't see them winning more than 2 games nalapho. Maybe they can win in Richards Bay. I don't know. Maybe they can win it cheaper. But Pirates, Polokwane City, Stellies, it's not happening. Hence I'm like, it's likely to happen ukuthi amachita ahamba yodlala ama playoffs again. Iyafana ne Cape Town City, it's not a good look for a club like Supersport to be going by ama playoffs. But then it's the game in general. And with the Richards Bay is left with Cape Town City, Mamelodi Sundowns, Galaxy, Arrows, Supersport. They can win in Cape Town City. They won't win it Downs. They will, I don't see them winning against the Galaxy. Maybe a draw. It's again with the Arrows, Richards Bay, Arrows, a draw or a win can go either way. Supersport, draw or a win. So in our community, I'm confident with the Richards Bay. With the Richards Bay can stay up there and not be subjected to any playoffs. You understand? Because of Kanamaj, I think the conversation is about playoffs. It's no longer about relegation because of we know which club is getting relegated. And with Ikalans is left with Arrows, Chiefs, Cheap and Magesi, and they might just win Cheap and Magesi and stay up there. So analysis yami is between Cape Town City and Supersport, ikhona ezoya kuma playoffs. It's going to happen and it's likely to happen. Believe me, it's going to happen. And Richards Bay and Marumo Kalanzi, they're going to stay up there. They're going to stay up there. And it's unfortunate to instead of Kuba Matima Fana Nabo Richards Bay and Nabo Kalanzi, it's Supersport and Cape Town City. It's the game. There's nothing we can do. Either way, season a corner. I mean, you won't always stay up there. You understand? And yeah, man, I feel like that's all that I have for you guys. Supersport Cape Town City, one of them is going to play my playoffs. That one guaranteed. And Chiefs and Arrows are going to make it top 8. I see it cheaper than Amazon going out of it top 8. And with the Pirates and the Towns up there, I mean the Towns I feel like it's gonna be, one of those title races whereby maybe 3 or 2 points or 4 points difference, and it's unfortunate to go leader 8 Towns and it's not just any club. So yeah, man, that's all that I have for you guys today. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It's a boy Nelson.